Great. We're all going to have to become goth kids now.
Okay, we're going to start on that one. How about that? No, we're doing it.
I don't want to return to 2004.
Welcome to podcast 15. I looked it up ahead of time. This is a stupid question, stupid answers, where we talk on some stupid questions, and I don't know why I have to explain that every time. Starting from our left,
I'm John.
And I'm Kyle.
I'm Andrew.
I'm Esmeralda, the mind-reading psychic extraordinaire.
You thought of that one ahead of time.
A little bit.
You did. You almost flubbed it, but it was good. Yeah.
What am I thinking?
You're thinking how stupid this bit is.
No, I was thinking I want more orange juice.
That's what I also thought that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm amazing.
I have the power of hindsight.
I did it.
Anyways, so this is where we all bring us some stupid questions and topics to talk about. And so we can get started here. John, what was your topic for today?
If you had a couple $1 billion, could you build a house that you actually would never want to leave? Or would you always just get sick of it no matter how good it was?
That I never want to leave?
Yeah.
Period.
Like, if you left this house, you couldn't come back.
Do you mean move, or like you could never actually leave it?
You can't take a vacation. You are in this house.
Does it...
Can I make upgrades over time?
Yeah. You've got a couple
Well,
$1 billion.
then-
Can I enclose...
With a couple billion, you literally could make the house different every year.
Yes. Yes, you could.
And I could install a White Castles in this thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
You
Yeah,
could
so
franchise your house.
Yeah. I don't have to leave. Why would I have to leave when I could make everything come to me?
No. He doesn't franchise the house.
It's a McMansion.
Yeah, it's a McMansion, but he just owns...
A McMansion?
He owns one of the fry cooks from a White Castle.
Yeah.
Oh. Like, it's okay. Well, normally a castle would have a dungeon. So,
Yes.
This is White Castle.
That's where he makes the burgers. He makes it in the White Castle dungeon.
He just slides them out of the door, and in exchange, he gets real food.
the Earhart sliders.
I mean, as it is right now, I already don't want to leave most of the time.
But it's not about where you live. It's just you don't want to get up from your chair and or bed.
Like, I want to live in a box that has the internet and people leave me alone inside that box.
So a box of lead.
Yes.
Just don't let
Very
the walls.
With a Faraday cage around inside the box of lead.
Yeah, I think that, with that much money, I mean, if it was a smaller amount of funds, maybe not. But if it was billions, you literally could keep building over time. And if you bought into stocks while you're locked inside, I mean, if there was also a space limit, like 500 square foot only, or...
If I was to build extensions around a section of land, would that interior portion of my land become my house?
Wait, if I wanted to go out to eat, could I just keep building extensions to the house until I got to their door?
I want to go to Red Lobster. I'm going to build a Red Lobster.
I'm going to build the Red Lobster.
I feel like the only thing I
It's like
wouldn't
playing
do
a game
it.
of Snake.
Actually, I wouldn't do it because it's one of my lifelong dreams on my bucket list to have pooped on every continent before I die. And if I lived in that house, I couldn't do that.
No.
So
You could have your poop shipped.
I could, but it wouldn't be. I pooped there.
Well,
Maybe if I could get somebody to flush it.
okay. Are you talking about pooping on the continent or?
No, having pooped while in that continent.
Okay, because that was different. You made it sound like you're just gonna like dry air right on the ground.
You need to find the very earth itself.
Maybe if I'm just flying over France, I can just
Well, see,
poop and
if you had billions,
have it land.
you could
Check
just
that off.
you could turn your house into a jet and just fly everywhere.
Then it's not a house.
Well, it's where you live.
It's a boathouse.
What if it
when
was
it's landed, it would
Have you
be a
seen?
house.
Have you seen Up?
I have.
There
I
we
didn't
go.
take that to be a documentary.
If you have billions of dollars, you can afford that many balloons.
It's true.
There
we
is a
probably could,
helium
yeah.
shortage.
Well, you have lots of money. Helium
Okay.
shortage just means it's expensive.
Yes.
Yes.
A couple of kids aren't going to have a birthday this year. But I can move my house.
They can come to my house.
Yes.
They can't come in.
Yes.
They can stand outside and sell me Girl Scout cookies.
Yes.
Well,
Just build extensions to the Girl Scout house.
The Girl Scout house.
And then make it what and then Amoeba that Girl Scout house so that they make the cookies
I'm
forever.
just imagining you're building wings around these Girl Scouts.
Yes.
It's like the Carcassonne of houses.
Yeah.
You just like keep pulling out a piece. You're like, ooh, I have another living room.
Yes, I need another Red Lobster. I went to that one last night. I'm going to build a new Red Lobster.
Yeah, it's too big. You lost the Red Lobster in your labyrinth.
And you got those big, long, like speed mills that are on, like in airports with the treadmills, and you just have those just running for miles.
Or no, Michael, you remember Over the Garden Wall?
That was a great show.
Yeah.
There was an episode where two people were just building mansions and they got lost. And someone strange is in my house. Oh, our mansions got so big that they just met up.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's how they met and got married.
They met in the winged sea of Delta 4.
I don't remember this part of the house. It's like, oh no, our house submerged.
The contractors didn't know what they were doing.
You leave the room, come back, and there's just another door. Like, ooh.
Adventure.
Where with this guy?
You just paid the contractors, just like, I don't care.
Surprise me.
That is a highly recommended show.
So does so is the house, like, you have to stay within the walls, or is it within the property?
Within the walls.
So, okay, so like, what if you had like a porch or a deck?
Yeah, it would be screened in.
It'd have to be a screened in one.
Yeah, you'd keep the mosquitoes out.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's
nice.
a good. I'd go with that too. So no,
Get
yeah,
the
I could.
fresh air, get the breeze.
I can imagine the outdoors. So as soon as you leave the property, though, it's gone.
Yeah.
Like, it's no longer in your name. Could you break back in, or does it just disappear?
It's magic. It just
It's just magic.
You go outside for a smoke, you turn around and it's gone.
The contractors moved it again.
Drinking pure sugar.
Oh, for the grenadine. Yeah, John brought some good fancy drinks, which I just finished off for mine. So
Fancy
almost.
grenadine.
You can pour more tequila in it if you want.
No, I'm good. I like
the grenadine.
red is my favorite flavor.
Ooh.
So
Does
okay.
taste red.
Oh, so Kyle, what was your question then?
So my question has to do with VR, and it was actually pretty similar to the housing question. Well, what app would it take for you to never leave VR?
There isn't one.
There-
VR is gonna make me sick no matter what it is.
Yeah.
but if
After
you,
about an hour and a
if you're
half.
just trapped there.
Well, I can just imagine the chafing around the edge of my face. Yes, I would. The first desync, and all I would do is bash my head into the wall until I was dead. So, but if you had to be like where that is like the only game I would play and never leave it, that's hard.
Like everyone else, I think it's more of a hardware issue than a software.
Yeah, that's more.
Yeah.
But if it was where you were like a Sword Art Online type thing, where you could like link in
and lay down.
yeah, or something
Just
like
plugs
that.
into the back of your neck.
Oh, see, that's different.
I would probably do Dead or Alive beach volleyball.
Ooh.
Wait, would you be playing
Understandable.
beach volleyball?
Oh no, I'd be there.
He's just there.
He's just real the guy on the beach staring and breathing heavily.
This is that one kind of like overweight otaku going, whoa. Over on the
Master
sand.
Roshi
Go
in the
get
back.
him, girls.
It's Master Roshi on the beach.
No,
Yeah, no.
I've already played VR games with horses in them, and I already walked away from that, so there's
What?
nothing left.
What VR game?
We're just talking about the games that you would go into and never leave, and you're like, yeah, but I left it. Nah.
I already played the perfect game, and I already left.
I know, but apparently it wasn't good enough because you didn't want to stay there forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if we could do that whole plug in the back of the head thing, like USB port in your brain, that would be different.
Elon Musk has it. It's going to be soon.
So, what game with the USB port would you play?
I'd just stay in Horse World forever. Never see me again.
Don't just like leave your mortal coil. Just upload your entire brain to screw it.
Be like the Lawnmower Man, except with the horses. That's a reference that probably only John gets.
I don't get it.
I got
Oh
that
no,
Have you not seen the?
this is worse than the
one.
Smurfs.
I got that one.
Okay, well, at least
You
one
said
person got it.
Lawnmower Man, and I thought Forrest Gump.
The movie. Lawnmower
Forrest
Man.
Gump.
Yeah, he mows lawns.
That's the only one you could pull off that one.
Out of any movie that would have anybody mowing a lawn, you pulled Forrest Gump.
He's a billionaire who retired to just mow lawns for the local high school. He is a lawnmower man.
No, Hank Hill's a lawnmower man.
No.
Hank Hill would use VR to forever be mowing a lawn. He would do that.
I could see that.
But propane.
Yeah, but then that's using electricity to run it, not propane.
Well, it's a propane lawnmower.
Yeah, but
Runs
if
on
it's
propane.
but if it's in VR, it's
Yeah.
not real propane.
But he believes it is.
No, well, I don't know. Maybe he's not a smart man.
It's a VR world. Anything's
VR
possible. Yeah.
Virtual reality world.
Virtual propane.
Virtual propane. Virtual electricity.
Virtual.
It runs off of virtual electricity. So it doesn't run at all? No, it just needs a massive start of electricity and a very large battery.
Yeah, I think
It just requires a little bit of imagination and a little bit of brain damage.
no, I think that the whole question on that is it's hardware focused. I wouldn't want to be in VR as it is. I have hard enough time like with reality staying still that I don't need the other one to be there doing
It plugs right into your inner ear.
Whoa. Just like little
your
needle
left-
goes right in there.
Yep, just plug the needle in there. and-
Fills it up with stabilizing gel.
I want the VR. It's just like they just give you a big needle. And they're like, where do I put it? I'm like, just pick a spot.
As long as it touches your brain, you're fine.
Oh no, don't worry about the skull. There's a drill bit on the end of it. It's a battery.
Do I need a doctor for this? You'll need one after this, but for this part, no.
Well, you said you're going in there and you're not leaving. You wouldn't want to leave once you.
It won't be a choice. You can't leave.
We'll leave the Vicodin by the bedside.
Oh no.
And I think VR is going to definitely improve more and more
Yeah.
and more, but really it's more about just increasing the video fidelity and everything. I don't know how they could really improve it much more than what it is until they do something that allows it to interact directly with your senses, though. Because at this point, I mean, adding more pixels is just, you're going to get to a point where there's enough detail that the fact that it's so close to your face, you're now seeing the fact that it's a screen instead of now where some of the distortion might allow you to have that a barrier that helps or something.
Yeah, I think in general it requires more like haptic feedback is neat. It costs a lot of money, but not being able to like move your legs is really like that's the big barrier. But normally it's a monetary barrier. They make them. But
Yeah, you can get little
they're
sensors for
super
your-
expensive though.
Yeah, treadmill.
Well, they're not that expensive. It's just like a lot of the normal VR is plug and play. So you can just like plug something in and you're good to go. A lot of those take extra setup because they're like third party companies with working with some other first party something.
Yeah, that's true. But I was when you see those like big like running, not like a treadmill, but like when they have like the slippery shoes. They have like little plastic bottom shoes and they have a little like bowl
and then the belt.
and then the belt thing. Yeah, like so like those are super expensive. So that's that's the next frontier.
Yeah, but at that point,
VR.
if I have to get into like spandex suit to be in VR, that's way too much prep.
Yeah.
Also, like, what's that movie that had that recently?
Ready Player One.
Ready Player One. Yes, that was. They had that.
But then the difficulty though is you have only so much feedback. So you're like, there's the feedback for like a wall or something. It's still really hard. That's why some of those like VR places you can go to are really cool because the wall is a real wall.
Well, they have haptic feedback. I don't know about gloves yet, but they do have like vests and stuff for it.
Yeah, but that's only going to be, it's not going to be as real. It's going to give some feedback. And I know that they have some technology with using sound waves. So you could go like into a thing that could simulate using sound waves feedback upon pushing upon something. But the other difficulty is walking or moving.
Yeah.
Because you're eventually going to either slam into a wall, break a TV, or something. They have like some of those treadmill things, but a lot of them don't have ease of movement when you start. Because it has to start detecting motion before it even has you start doing things. And those, oh God, that would be expensive. And who's gonna support a game like that?
Exactly.
So
They just put you in the gel, so you're just floating.
Like,
well, you'd have so much resistance everywhere, though.
Yep.
yeah.
So I don't know.
I think right now they just need to focus on making the headgear smaller and
Lighter.
lighter.
Lighter, yeah.
Not making this whole helmet you have to put on.
See, if you want to have real VR where like you don't even have to put budget into developing the games or any hardware or anything, it's just mushrooms.
It's just.
But
it's
how do you
just,
have a
drugs.
curated experience?
You don't. You never know what you're going to get.
It's procedurally generated
Yeah,
by your own brain.
There's a good chance it'll be a horror movie.
Oh God, the spider is not under the fingernails. No.
Yeah. Anyways, for my question, mine was kind of a question / rant.
Okay.
So there was, or you know how like in video games, how when they have like aliens that pop up or whatever, they're all speaking English or some language that you understand. And they always say that it's like, oh, there's an auto-translator. So like a Hitchhiker's Guide has the babble fish that they put in the ear, and it translates the brain waves or whatever. And then there's like Mass Effect and a lot of the other ones where like they have an auto-translator or whatever. And for one, I call like bull crap on a bunch of that. But the main one is, why is it then that all of their mouths match the words that they're speaking?
Well, wasn't it Doctor Who that said the TARDIS just helps you out the entire time with everything? It straight up just like inhibits your brain.
I can see the translating, but the problem with I would even have with that is then it calls you into question of whether or not you're even in a reality. If it's able to manipulate your experiences such a way, or is it time travel, or is it just you're on shrooms?
No, they're just they're in a police box and they're just high as hell. That's it.
Yeah.
The doctor is just some dude who's a drug dealer.
He's Dr. Feelgood.
Yeah, he's Dr. Feelgood.
It always bugs me that they always show like the lip syncing on the aliens are being well, and sometimes they'll be like, I don't know if I heard you right, my auto translator might be busted. I'm like, but your mouths were definitely moving with those words. And the other problem is, but the main question from that is, do you think that translators would be to such a point that you could have something in your ear and it would auto translate like that?
Yes. They have those right now.
I would say no, only because they are translating as the words are coming out. Most of the ones that you hear, it has to get a bit into it because of how words and structures across all different languages, certain context clues are given at different times. So they can't translate every word that's coming out of your mouth in real time. It has to have a little bit of a time to translate it for you.
Yeah, well, but then you can also say that a predictive AI in this future land would be good enough just to know the context, what they're speaking of.
And they're also the ones that like they jump into an alien species and then they're like, boom, I know what they're saying. No, but I can understand the ones that has a bank set up. But there's just sometimes like the languages that certain things come before others, and there's no way for it to know until then, which means that then this thing is like telling the future.
Yeah, some languages have questions start with a question word, and you can change in English whether a sentence is a question just by the intonation of the last word.
Yeah, or like Japanese is very specific on the tonality of the same word.
Sandwich?
Yeah, but I know Japanese does it where they have different ways to say the tone that change the meaning of the word itself.
Yep.
So
Yeah, it always bothered me in Star Trek that their translators would translate all the alien languages except when a Klingon was intentionally speaking in Klingon. It didn't. And it always bothered the crap out of me. It's like, what does that mean? What, your translator stopped working? What do you mean, what does that mean?
What do you mean, what does that mean? So actually, you're completely right. Yeah, they're like, wait a minute.
So based on that rant, Argo, would you prefer it if any time an alien was speaking, it was just a really bad dub? Like the lips didn't match at all.
If I was looking,
you heard it in English.
If I was looking for realism, so like there are sometimes games like Mass Effect when you have some like say the Saurians, whatever, not the Saurians, but
Vogons.
No, the one that Garrus was. What are they called? I can't remember. But, you know, when you have a more bony face, a face that is definitely not going to be able to syllabize any human language, then that kind of makes sense. Maybe they are actually speaking their language and the mouth movements are similar to ours, but it is speaking another language. So there's stuff like that. I mean, that's a whole nother rant in regards to that.
I just like the Star Wars version where they just speak their little weird gonk language, and then the characters just know what they're saying.
Yeah, I appreciate that more.
Learned it. Yeah, I always appreciated the Star Wars where like it's the
but no, in that case, it's you're hearing what he is hearing, but maybe there's like an implant in the head that is translating the words to his brain.
Yes, yeah, but you're also hearing the same little.
Well, yeah, because the cameraman doesn't have that translation.
No, he doesn't. Yeah. Which is much more realistic. Where outside it would be like, oh yes, like the droid language is just beeps and
When they're like, you speak droid?
yeah, constantly everyone's just like, doesn't everybody speak droid? It's just like, no, we don't know what they're saying. Are they plotting against us? Please, they're machines.
I want to learn how to speak R2D2. Even with all the new ones that have come out, like they have all the other droids, but R2D2 has such a specific sounding voice, essentially, that you know it's him just by the way he beeps, which is really weird.
Or BB-8.
BB, well, I
BB-8
never,
too.
BB-8, I don't think I had enough time with.
They're speaking the same language.
Yeah, but droids are more emotive though. Like you have to like interpret what they're saying.
But I'm talking about it's like I could tell John's voice from Kyle's voice. They both have a different voice, and you can tell which is which by just the way that they speak. And so I kind of like that about Star Wars. No, Star Wars, when I think about it, is probably one that I do appreciate the realism for it. I understand cinema, you have to make sacrifices and how they want to do that to make something more real for the viewer, but it just bugs the crap out of me. I think that it should be like a bad Japanese dub.
In reality, it would be, yeah. Yeah. What you got, Michael?
Well, you just look like you have
what you
thoughts.
got?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. You know, if you have your question, I just wanted to get that
I was
off
going
my
to make
chest.
Michael speak something about languages.
Oh, languages? Beep boop.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Usually you're
Speaking in robot now.
the last word they usually give for the podcast are always some other language.
Yeah. Every single time.
They'll never, no translator will ever translate it. But okay, my question. I put a lot of thought into my question today.
Yeah, literally, you spent an hour in your room.
Like playing the lo-fi girl or whatever, and just listening to that music and thinking of my very important question that I
Must
have right
be an
now.
amazing question.
Okay, yeah.
It's an amazing question.
I'm awaiting it.
Yeah. Do you think Barney the dinosaur can hurt those children?
No.
Like,
Can he physically or
physically hurt those children?
Can he or would he?
Can he?
I don't know. Do they have inhibitors on? Does he have like a brain chip that would self-destruct his body if he does?
Here's my thought. He's a dinosaur from their imagination, right? But they're all like mass hallucinating this dinosaur.
No, I don't think he could hurt them all, but if 3 of them imagined him hurting a 4th one, he could rip that kid to shreds.
Possibly.
The violence is on a vote system?
Yes. The power of the imagination. The power of our imagination is stronger than yours. So we're gonna have Barney fight Bebop or whatever the
I think it was Bebop or something.
Yeah, something like that.
You're an herbivore. You're going down.
Yeah, but my thought was like everyone can see him. So is he of their imagination, or does he just exist within their imagination like Freddy Krueger?
See, I always imagined him to be some sort of Freddy Krueger, like not like a night creature, like that sort of thing, but more like an Eldrich god.
Yeah.
Like where he just exists within this plane, and these children are just he allows them to see him.
Yeah, and they all see him, so that he can affect them.
Yeah,
and every once in a while on that show, one of the kids would disappear, and you would never see that kid again.
It's the sacrifice.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, Barney the dinosaur. He's a dinosaur. He's an apex predator.
Yeah. Well, what does he eat? Have we ever seen him eat?
No, because the children disappear off camera. So
I don't think he would necessarily be able to hurt them in the same way that, like a physical corporeal being would be able to hurt them.
What about it?
Well, yeah, but it was also corporeal in a certain sense.
Oh my God, doing a Barney and It crossover.
Yeah, but like
That would be great. I want to see Barney in the suit do that weird dance where the camera's locked on the head, but just Barney doing it. Oh, that'd be so
we
good.
can do that right now in After Effects.
Anyone he is a clown from our imagination.
Oh no.
I just keep putting him in the context of like Freddy Krueger, and that he just exists within their minds, and every once in a while a child's arm gets ripped off out of nowhere because they're all in like a semi-dream state.
But they can't get hugs if their arms aren't on. Or does he do it so that he can get hugs
The hugs
every
just
time?
get stronger and stronger until it just snaps their spine.
Yeah, he just covers the suit in arms. He's like, I'm a forever hugs.
Oh God, it's like the Forest. But with Barney, no, you ever played The Forest?
No.
Okay, so in the forest, there's caves, but then there's like big amalgamations of like meat, of legs and arms and stuff. But it's just Barney down in the darkness.
I still can't stop seeing Johnny Depp just being like brutally murdered by Barney the dinosaur
Why Johnny Depp?
because he died in the first Friday the 13th movie.
You did?
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was like
Not Friday the 13th.
No,
Oh,
it wasn't the
sorry.
first one. It was
Nightmare on Elm
Nightmare on Elm
Nightmare on
Street.
How old
Thank
was
you.
he in that movie?
He was a
always thought
teenager.
too.
Really?
Yes.
I did not know that.
I think it was the second movie, though. I think.
I thought it was the first.
He died by falling into a bed, and then
Water
it was
bed.
just a giant gush of blood.
Yes.
He died in the first one, but it's okay. He came back for the sequel.
It was like his first role.
You know, I think it probably was the first one. I always mix the two up because they're so similar. Like they literally start where the last one ended. So
Yeah.
yeah, that one's messed me up. But yeah, no, I believe that Barney could definitely hurt them. Yeah.
I believe he has.
I just want to
Yeah.
know.
Oh,
like,
okay.
I
I
think of it the other way, like that he's like their protector of sorts. Like somebody
Yeah.
comes into the building to do them harm, and then like Barney just puts up his hand and they explode. Like he's got the powers, and like Barney saved us as they're just covered in blood.
Barney,
Yay.
why isn't 2 + 2 = 5?
now I'm imagining a scenario in which all these children are like children of the corn type children.
Yeah.
They're all imagining this dinosaur who they can see, but nobody else can. But he can affect them.
We're gonna have The Shining.
Mom, I'm going to school. Honey, you're not going anywhere. You've been gone for 3 weeks. I'm going to school. No, honey.
Barney says you can't stop me. Who's Barney? Who's Barney? He's gonna bite your arm, Mom. I don't understand.
Barney is a dinosaur, Mrs. Torrance.
From our imagination.
I would watch that movie so hard. Like
I kinda
that would be my preferred movie for that entire
I want to
year.
see a trailer of that. With
Yeah,
like
that'd
the
be
theme
great.
song played in a minor key,
Yeah.
just really slowly.
Yeah.
And then fountains of blood going off in the background with a silhouette of the T-Rex.
Any
Two,
Barney
one,
movie,
kinda like that.
any Barney movie that is rated R. I don't care what
Yeah.
it is.
Yes.
Because
No,
it's
it has to be like
No, you don't want to get that. You don't want to
that's
say
go-
anything.
no, that's going the level beyond that.
Because you got to remember, Barney is a fursuit.
But well, anything like that, you're going past rated R.
Yeah.
You're going to the 18
the furry
plus.
dimension.
Yeah, and we don't want to go there. That's
No,
a dark
nobody wants
place.
to go there.
So
There's pizza places with animatronics.
yes.
yeah, Five Nights at Barney's. So
I'm sure that's a mod somewhere.
okay, so I think that answers whatever question Michael had. Are you happy that we covered in 10 minutes what took you an hour?
I think I'm proud of my question.
Okay, yeah,
Even go into the Galactic Space Turtle.
Galactic Space Turtle.
Yeah, from It.
Yeah.
Oh. Cool.
I've never seen it.
No, it's from the books.
Yeah. So
Oh, never read those either.
it never made any sense.
No.
Not even a little bit.
Anyways, for the next portion here, we have some improv trivia where I'm going to ask these fine gentlemen a question that is a fake trivia question, has no real answer. I completely made
That's
these
what
up.
you think.
Actually, some of these I had to be careful because I'm like, oh, John might actually think like that's the real answer to it. But these are all fake, and the idea is that whatever that person states, it is the truth, and they get to run with it. So, John, I have your first question.
Sure.
What controversial law was repealed by the Austrian government in 2007?
They outlawed cheese.
Cheese.
The Austrians?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they used to love cheese.
They used to, but then it started getting unhealthy.
Oh.
And there was a big health push. Not only GMOs, but also cheese, because that really was increasing heart disease. So they just outlawed it. Everyone rebelled.
Oh, there's blood in the street.
Yeah, they could not keep that on the books. So.
Give me mozzarella or give me death.
Yes.
The cheese prohibition.
Yeah, fondue. I mean, Switzerland's right there.
Oh, it's true. Yeah. No, there was cheese
Yeah,
vendors
there
coming
we-
through the mountains.
Yeah, over the border.
I remember that.
Von Trapps, because the Von Trapps know how to get over those mountains.
Yeah.
Notorious cheese smugglers.
I was trying to mix it with Kyle's thing of like that cheese is lice.
Well, cheese is cheese was it
Smuggling
lice or
it in their
was-
hair.
Yeah, because you had read it before. That
Vibrating
cheese is
them at a
lice.
certain
vibrating.
vibrating lice at a certain frequency.
Austrians just figured it out before
Yeah.
anybody else.
They learned how to de-vibrate the lice and then transport them across the border illegally in gigantic sacks, and then re-vibrate them when they got to Austria.
They had They could like target the vibration at a distance and like turn the cheese into or turn the trees into cheese.
Oh no!
The cheese
Oh my
ray.
God! They create World War III happened in Austria because of the cheese gun.
I just like the idea. Like,
Turn them into Swiss cheese.
Oh my God!
They literally turn them into Swiss cheese.
you look up.
It was
at the-
awful.
Look up and they're like avalanche, and you see the Velveeta coming.
Oh, that's not even cheese.
It's not cheese. It's lice.
It's plastic
gold.
bottles. It's gold, black gold.
Okay.
Would have meet you.
Did not expect cheese.
No.
Kyle, I have yours.
Okay.
In 2016, time travelers appeared in Buffalo, New York to warn us of what future event?
The running out of buffalo wings. Unfortunately, I didn't realize that people from Buffalo, New York did not make the wings for the buffalo wings. And so they basically just blew their one shot at getting back into the past to fix that one.
So what was it? Why was it so critical that they had to invent a time machine to come back?
They just wanted the wings, man.
It's like wait,
Buffalo Wild Wings went out of business, and then nobody watched any more sports ever.
Yeah.
The entire sports network, ESPN,
ESPN2.
whatever, ESPN 5, whatever one they play golf on, like all of them just went defunct immediately.
I'm making me think that it's like the Pope shows up to your door for buffalo wings. Says, "Don't eat those buffalo wings."
I'm definitely gonna eat them.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
There was the Wing Wars in 28, and basically it was like, have you ever seen Total Recall, where they colonized Mars to go mine things? So like, people went to Mars to go see if they could find more wings because they didn't know where they came from. They all ran out.
Chicken?
Right?
No.
They don't
What?
come from chickens?
Well, that's why they. Oh,
Well, this is sounding.
See,
this is something like idiocracy.
If you're
Yeah.
mining for chickens on Mars, I think.
no, they're trying to find them.
no, I'm thinking like
Oh, they're search for life.
Yes.
I'm thinking like idiocracy, where they're feeding all their plants the Gatorade,
yeah.
because
The great taste plants love.
Yeah, because but nobody knows why.
Yeah, well, it's
Electrolytes.
because the Wing Wars were pretty brutal and it wiped out most of humanity after the ESPNs. of the
What
world
flavor
fell.
won?
What flavor?
Yeah.
Probably garlic,
Yeah.
garlic
Yeah.
butter.
Yep.
If I had to choose one that I had to eat for all of like time after like and all the others were banned, that's not a bad one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Teriyaki, though.
Nobody likes the mango wings. People who like mango wings aren't real.
But teriyaki feels like it's just a mix of something else with the wings. The garlic wings are something on its own, which is
Okay.
kind of nice. But
Yeah.
It is getting harder and harder to find buffaloes with their wings still attached.
that's why they got to go to Buffalo,
Yeah.
New York. Everybody there is.
Well,
a
that's why they
buffalo.
were so confused.
Yeah.
Buffalo chickens. They have horns.
Oh no, they're vicious.
Yeah, they're huge.
Well, just because they have horns
Chicken
doesn't mean they're
horns.
vicious.
Huh? Well,
Michael's
they're
profiling.
chickens.
Yeah, chickens
Chickens
are
are
vicious.
vicious.
And you add horns to that, and
Yeah.
it just gets worse.
Giant
Demon
murder
chickens.
chickens.
With a thick necks as big as their head.
Oh,
And
that sounds like
wings.
extra meat.
Yeah, but who eats
Nobody
chicken
eats
necks?
nobody eats chicken necks.
Well, normally don't they like shove the neck in the body of the chicken when they give it to you?
That's a turkey.
turkeys.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Man, I'm hungry
Whatever. You're hungry?
for penguin. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
well,
no, that makes sense. Yeah.
yours is kind of food related. I got your
Okay.
question here. A recent leak made public the secret ingredient in Coca-Cola. What was it?
It's toothpaste.
It's toothpaste.
What brand?
Which brand of toothpaste?
It's Crest. Crest. brand.
Oh, it's Crest, not Colgate.
No, of course not. That's Pepsi.
Pepsi.
And they advertise that if you drink, the more Coke you drink, the cleaner your teeth will get. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, kids, follow this random advice and don't stop brushing your teeth and just drink Coke.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, but just so you know, Crest was invented in 1955.
Yeah.
Coke was invented, I think, in like 1800s.
Okay.
Oh, it's new
Well,
Coke.
they also, I mean,
To
it's
be fair,
yeah.
to be
It's
fair,
the Illuminati.
toothpaste is made from Coke.
Oh.
Like
that would
it's
make
the
more
other
sense.
way.
That would make a lot of sense, actually.
See, like you put Coke in a freezer for a bit, you let it dry out in the sun, you give it to a rabbi to bless, and it becomes toothpaste.
So
Wait,
freezer, then sun, then rabbi.
Then a rabbi. In that order. If you do it out of order, you end up with shoe polish.
So you're telling me inside.
You have to do it in the proper order, or you can't, or it will just turn your leathers black. So.
I like the idea that you're not removing the plaque from your teeth; you're removing the demons, and you have yourself the blessed tooth.
It has to be kosher.
That's why shoe polish, when you use it on your shoes, they become possessed with evil spirits.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, like if you ever like that smell, that's evil spirit smell.
Oh, okay.
So
I asked you about Coke, and you became toothpaste shoe polish.
yeah.
Rabbi
demon
toothpaste shoe polish.
Yeah, shoe polish.
You gotta watch out for those toothpaste demons.
Oh, yeah.
Michael is still talking, and Kyle just started saying something, and then he heard shoe polish, and he just stops.
I was gonna say something stupid, but not that stupid.
All right. John, I have your next question.
Okay.
Recent evidence has determined the fate of Amelia Earhart. What had happened?
She just checked out. It's like, I'm tired of being famous. That island looks nice. She just landed and decided to live out her life on an island.
Like Robinson Crusoe? Robinson Crusoe?
Yeah, and then she just kept eating and eating until she exploded after a wafer thin mint.
Oh.
Yeah, that's actually how Monty Python got the skit. It was about Amelia Earhart just checking out and getting really, really fat.
Off all those coconuts.
Yeah, coconuts and just
Wildlife,
just,
birds.
just pigs, just a roast pig every night.
I'm just imagining Amelia Earhart flying over, just tired. She looks down, she sees an Applebee's, like in the middle of the island.
No, it wasn't an Applebee's. It was a pig roast.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's just,
Oh, look at that.
I don't want to be flying anymore. I just want that pig.
Yeah.
It was the
Famous too much.
rich billionaire that just put the Applebee's there, so he had to get his house.
It's part of my house now.
Yeah.
He's like, waft that pig smell towards that airplane. We'll stop her yet. she can't resist the delicious smell of pork.
There's a guy in a hot air balloon with a pig spit roasting over the hot air balloon nozzle.
It's like, we can't let her finish. It'll embarrass the rest of us.
All right, Kyle. I have your second one. Sonic the Hedgehog was not originally going to be a hedgehog. What animal made up the original concept?
He was going to be I wanted to say a ground weasel. But I don't
As
think
opposed to an
weasel.
air weasel.
Yes. Well, water weasels are different beings.
They're otters.
Yeah, they're different. But I mean, ground weasels are more long and less spiky, less cool. They have less cool factor in them.
Wait, they're less spiky. So which are the spiky weasels?
Well, the ones that are like from the 1990s and they went to school and they thought computer hacking was actually cool.
The edgy weasels.
Yeah, the
edgy hacker weasels.
Yes. The edgy hacker weasels.
I remember
Yes.
those. Yeah.
Yeah, they made a couple movies about them or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, like
I watched all 12.
Yeah, oh, you watched all 12?
All 12.
All 12. Wow,
Yeah.
that's a lot of. Yeah, I mean, there was
Yeah,
quite a few of
yeah.
them, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Sonic the Hedgehog was like way lamer before. You had to get edge. You had to become.
He learned from the hacker weasels.
They kept just adding more spikes and spikes. Like, yeah, we can't. He's a hedgehog now.
They were up to like 4 sunglasses and 3 trench coats. And then,
Well, yeah, but then they just downgraded to 1 eyeball.
Yep.
Yeah.
2 pupils, though.
Yeah, 2 pupils, 1 eyeball. That's always. I love the They had the picture where he takes off the glasses and it's then 2 separate eyes, and it is disturbing.
Oh yeah.
It's like a goat eye, except it starts getting wider and wider.
Ugh.
All right, Michael, I have your next question.
Sure.
Leaf blowers, while used for blowing leaves, were originally invented to serve what other purpose?
Yeah, I know exactly.
It's a trap.
Some of these I go a little relevant, yes.
It was originally invented for keeping children away. Yeah.
It was an anti-child.
See, it's not a powerful enough tool to like blow away a full-grown person, but if you have like babies or toddlers coming at you, you just ramp that thing up and you can repel them. And that was its original purpose. There was fears back, especially in like the 1950s, of hordes of angry babies coming at you. But you can't physically hurt a baby because that will make you a monster.
Yeah.
But if you could blow them away and not touch them, then you could defend yourself against these marauding babies.
I like the idea of some old man on the front lawn, like, kids, get off my lawn. And he pulls out that thing, and then he's like, oh. And then he keeps going. The leaves are blowing away. And he's like, oh,
This works. There's like some kids on his line. He's like, vroom, they just go, wee. Just gone.
Just they put out their arms and they flap away.
Oh, no. Wait, was he talking about birds or talking about children?
Children.
Yes.
Oh, okay, children.
But they can fly too if they got like a leaf blower, like giving them the lift.
Oh, okay.
If they think happy thoughts.
Yes.
Yes.
And they're on some sort of fairy dust.
Yeah, if the kids are... I mean, if you put enough fairy dust in the leaf blower and you blow that at the kids, then that's how you end up with rotting hordes of
Wait a
babies.
minute. Did you just invent the crack cocaine leaf blower?
For kids.
Oh, right. I think that is good for those questions. So I did have some others because I wasn't sure if I was going to have some other questions to bring up for the audience section, which I'm going to do now. But there was some that popped up. So I had asked anybody that's a channel supporter from either Patreon or Twitch if they have a question to supply here, and I did get some. And that's for all of us to answer. The first one I have here was from Silver, and she asks, do you think it's scarier to imagine that humans are the most intelligent life form in the universe, or that there are more intelligent life forms out there? So which is scarier, that there are things smarter than us, or that we are the smartest?
That we are the smartest.
I think both equally terrify me.
I think crows are pretty smart.
That wasn't even remotely the question.
No, they're smarter than us, so we've already found them.
In the
okay.
universe.
Yes.
Yeah, my thought is
They do know how to dump chicken nuggets.
the only thing that would be terrifying to me is if there are some other aliens smarter than us. Because if there isn't, then we're at the top of the food chain. What are we afraid of? I mean, we're going to kill ourselves anyway, but...
It would be scary to me if, as Michael said, there is more intelligent, or a life more intelligent than us on this planet.
Yeah, but there are. Have you seen humans? They're not very smart.
No.
Dolphins have us beat, probably.
They're just living their lives.
Dolphins have us beat and they have us tied in just maladaptive behavior and like sadism, but we have technology.
But thanks
We do.
so long, and thanks for all the fish.
Yeah.
I think that it's any other intelligent life is going to be so far beyond us that we are nothing. We are an ant, and so
that's assuming it finds us.
Yeah, but
I think I'm
more
peer
likely.
I'm peer to peer. Yeah, I would agree that if you were to find alien life out there, it would probably be either peer to peer or it would be so beyond us that it would ignore our very existence because it would be too much work to deal with us.
Within millions of years of evolution of any other species, having any that are peer to peer with how technology can advance and how we see it is to me impossible.
Impossible, yeah.
Or at least by way of probability, immensely low. But because of restrictions with speed of light, the chances of anything getting here would have to be they'd have to accidentally run into us, our planet, or cross within the time where they would find the radio signals, know what the hell it is. Like, how do you decrypt that signal and turn it into something that they could see or do something with? Most of the signals that we're looking for aren't, we're not looking for speech. We're not looking for video. We're looking for something that doesn't seem natural. Because then
patterns.
Some kind of a pattern. And so, but I think we've been sending out radio signals for like less than 100 years. And so that means that the nearest star is like that has habitable stuff is just getting signals now. So all they're going to do is look back and see Charlie Chaplin,
Well, and it wouldn't be those. No, it would just be a frequency. It wouldn't necessarily be any actual data.
And at that point, it'd be so degraded and weakened, and it would be stretched, so or redshifted. So then you're going to have figure out how to. So yeah, I think that we're never going to run into any. But if we do, we don't want them to. We don't want to talk to them.
Well, no, they're going to show up and they're going to travel across the universe, and then they're going to ask us first thing, would we like to hear about our car's extended warranty?
Oh
It's
my
been
god,
them
it
the
was
whole
there the
time.
whole time?
Yes, it's them.
Those assholes.
That's what they're doing.
Knew it. Only an intelligent life form from another planet would want to give us those spam calls all the time.
I've got news for you about Medicare Parts C and D.
Yes.
I mean, do you really think humans would spend all day asking that about extended car warranties?
I thought it was robots instead of aliens, but I mean, both are the
aliens.
same. Yeah.
Okay, we got another question here. So, Bus Filming Pone asks, how far do you think you could walk?
Oh, I've walked quite a ways. In my life.
And for the rest of my life,
I would say if you were
Where'd
I
go?
would assume he's meaning in one go.
yeah, if you were to just walk out the door, how far could you walk without stopping?
50 miles.
50?
I'd collapse after it, but yeah.
Yeah, because eventually you need food. I mean, they got Uber Eats and stuff.
Under load, under a pretty hefty load, I made 15 and a half pretty easy. So
Walking?
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, like 4.5 miles an hour, 5 miles an hour.
Yeah.
A little faster than a walk.
But you know that you'd eventually hit that one hill that, like, yeah, I'm done. And well, I guess at that point you could just walk in a circle if you got really down to it.
Yep.
Doesn't say
Hey,
you
you
have to
just
pick
walk around the McDonald's until they bring you your food.
yeah, go through the drive-through, just
Yeah.
yell through the window. No, they actually don't let you do that.
You'd
They're
be
very
surprised
good.
how far you can go just by walking because your body gets into a rhythm.
Yeah, but like I walked 10 miles one time in the wrong direction after getting lost. And I kept walking. I was in loafers, so my feet blistered. And that's when I finally stopped at some random person's house, crossed my fingers, said, "Hope they're not a murderer," and knocked on their door and said, "Can I use your phone?"
And Bus is listening, and he says yes in one go.
Yeah.
That he walks a lot. So, yeah, no, I think eventually that it wouldn't be exhaustion or anything. It'd be like shin splints.
Yeah, your
And-
muscles would at some point cramp up. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, you get more
Blisters.
shin splints running than you do walking.
yeah, but if you do
Not
that
if you
for
have
long enough,
repeated impacts for almost a day.
I just remember having blisters on my feet. So
yeah,
You'd
that's,
also get blisters. Yeah.
you would have to have some good shoes. I remember there's somebody I knew that when we went to conventions, they had old shoes with bad soles and whatever, and they got horrible blisters from just walking for a day or so.
Yeah, but if it's how long before you want to stop, that's very different from how long before you would.
Well, if you
have
just
to
keep
stop.
you just keep going with no need to stop for pain or anything, literally to go until you can't
Hey,
anymore.
if someone is walking behind you with a gun,
oh yeah,
Well, there was a book. Was it by Stephen King where they had the competition where you walked however many miles you could until the last person dropped.
sounds like a Squid Game.
Maybe that
thing.
was Michael Crichton actually. I don't remember the name of the book though. And that one triggered a memory actually.
speed walking.
I do remember walking up to the.
Keanu Reeves stars. If we stop walking, the bomb explodes.
It's Malcolm's dad from the Malcolm in the Middle. He's speed walking.
Yeah, if we walk over 4 miles or under 3 miles an hour, we explode.
And we have to do it on one foot.
Yep.
I
On one foot.
I do remember walking up to the train station at BronyCon one year to get Warhorse, and my feet got pretty messed up because I didn't have the proper shoes for that.
Yeah, I made sure with conventions and I'm doing a lot of the walking for stuff like that, I made sure to get good shoes, good soles. It's just amazing what difference that makes.
You break them in. Because it doesn't matter how good the shoes are, if you
If they're
haven't
not
broken
broken
them
in.
in.
Oh yeah, but then it's
They
hard
screw up your feet.
when your shoes do start failing. It sucks because like they're already molded to your foot. Like you can even reach in there, you can feel all the contours of how your foot.
Yeah.
They got the memory foam. Like I have slippers on right now, and that's the same way with those. They're worn out a little bit in some spots, but it's just molded. It's nice.
So comfy.
Well, kind of. They're giant hole in the bottom and stuff too, but I just don't want to replace them because I don't care. So they do what I need them to do.
Humans need better feet.
Well, yeah. I don't think our feet were
Bionic feet.
quite built to do the things we do with them, and then they get nice and tender because we do put shoes on, and then when we take them off, they're like, "Oh my God, air!"
Oh, you do the Star Fox method and just replace the feet.
Yeah.
Like-
Replace the feet.
New
The
feet.
animals in Star Fox have robotic feet.
Oh, but if I just replaced my feet with wheels, I could walk so much farther.
You couldn't walk.
Inbuilt Heelys?
Yeah, I mean,
That's not walking.
I would go downhill, I guess. flailing in the air.
Well, that's like saying if I was on a bicycle, I could walk so far, especially downhill.
Yeah, it's walking.
Yes.
You could walk real far if you put a motor on that bicycle.
Yes. Or two bicycles together with a seat in the middle. Maybe some sort of a wheel that you could steer with.
Well, maybe
Walk so
why,
far.
Why am I even trying? I can call somebody to do the walking for me.
Okay.
All right. The next question is from Peak of War. He is actually asking some punny questions.
I'm excited already.
The first one, he says, how many Pinkie Pies does it take to drive Twilight insane? One.
Yeah, one.
That's been, I think, showed multiple times. But yeah, that was an easy one.
Anymore, and she starts killing them.
Yeah, it's
She
true.
did until there was one left.
She saw more than one, and she's like, some of these need to die now.
I want to have like an ending to that episode where literally like all of them were dead.
Yeah,
But there's just none left.
No, she left the depressed one that she thought would kill itself alive.
yes.
But then at that point, she would, if all of them were dead, she would have been a murderer. And really, if they were duplicates, she was technically murdering living creatures.
Yes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They even showed one in a later episode that escaped and was still alive on its own and just trying not to die like her friends.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's PTSD right there. But there was a second question too. On a scale of awesome to awesome, how awesome is Rainbow Dash?
Awesome.
I'm somewhere in the middle.
She's at least amazing.
Well, we're talking about
Don't know about all.
wrong A word. But we're given one choice, and now you're like, nope.
I'm just not feeling it.
You're looking for the Rainbow Dash recolor.
Oh yes, now there's an awesome
The
pony.
daring do.
Well, she is better than Rainbow Dash, but I mean, Derpy.
Is a Rainbow Dash recolor?
No, Rainbow Dash is the recolor.
Yeah,
Rainbows.
Michael
And
has
dashing.
opinions. Another question we had here was from Sir Edward. How would you? I didn't read this one beforehand. How would you drive a car from Los Angeles to New York under the condition that you could never drop below a speed of 25 miles an hour? You're allowed to use other vehicles that can drop below the speed, but only the four of you guys are allowed to actually drive.
Wait, how do we use
what?
other vehicles?
So
Are we hopping onto? Are we pirates on the road?
how would you drive a car across the country under the condition that you can never drop below 25 miles an hour?
Highways.
Yeah,
well, I
it'd
mean,
be
like-
highways.
Yeah. So what would we drive if we had to do a cross country? And you had, if we had any car, any vehicle that we could drive cross country in, what would we want to do?
Well, we would
bus.
need one of those. Yeah, we would need like one of those London open topped buses because if one of us needs to use the bathroom, like either it's going to be on the same vehicle or we got to take over by force another vehicle and then slow down with that vehicle.
Yeah, and tour bus bathrooms get nasty.
No, those
Can't we
those
just
aren't right.
steal a train? Like, just take a whole train.
Well, yeah. When
But
the
trains
cops are
have-
chasing us,
That's pretty
And
piratey.
trains have to
Yeah.
stop occasionally.
They don't have to. There's no other train.
Wait,
We
well,
have
no. If there's a
trains.
train coming the opposite direction, then they do have
Yeah.
to
So
stop.
So we have like a disintegration ray that we.
Oh, okay.
So we have a train with
Okay.
a disintegration ray.
Yeah. Or we suplex the train.
actually, what I would like,
Ooh.
I would just like one of the like older fashioned RVs that like for
Like a Winnebago.
yeah, like a Winnebago, because I think that would be super like
That'd
retro.
be awful.
It would be awful, but it would still be super fun. Like just doing cars. I mean, from Los Angeles to New York, if you were, that would take you what, like 3 days, maybe, if you were driving pretty nonstop. I mean, probably stopping for sleep, maybe. I
Yeah,
don't know.
well, I mean, you wouldn't need it. You would swap out people in the seats. You'd just be driving at the same time.
But the only other one I can think of is getting like a 4-person bicycle and then just booking it.
How do you
25 miles an hour on a bicycle?
and you can't
Jeez.
stop?
Hey, we're talking about walking for like 50 miles.
We're going to be little skeletons by the time we get to New York.
We'll be dead.
Hey, it's fine. It's fine because we're sharing the load.
Yeah, I think
The
that
load.
might be.
But
Wow.
Wow, that was rude, wasn't
but
it?
as long as I am the back seat where you can't see me, not
I can see
pedaling.
it.
No, it's a 4-person.
Well, it's
So
like
you would be in the back seat with someone else.
No,
it's like
a
all
double.
4 in a row.
It's a double line.
No, straight.
Oh, one of the line?
Yeah, it's two wheels on the end of a 4-seat. thing, like you're on a couch.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I wanted a really long one because I want to get it where we're cresting a hill and then we like teeter on the middle of it. We're like,
I'm okay with this idea as long as there's 3 seats up front, 1 seat in the back, no pedals in the back. I'm in the back with a whip.
That's a chariot.
Go
Michael.
faster! Go faster!
why do we have to go faster?
Because we got to keep it above 25
Well,
or
we
we
can
explode.
Wait,
apparently.
I don't think we had an explosion.
Yeah, it was just that was the
Explode.
stipulation. No.
You'll
It
explode.
was a request, not an ultimatum.
No. Well, I've rigged it to explode, so you better keep going.
I'd bail out. I can survive 25 miles an hour.
Explode. Yeah.
That's fine.
I'm fine with explode.
But Kyle's not wearing his helmet.
No.
Oh.
He's got a helmet on.
And he's got the bike shorts, so there's like nothing preventing the massive road burn or
Yeah.
road rash.
No, it's still worth it.
Yeah.
I get tired. I said I wouldn't want to anymore.
Yeah, and if we ever get hungry, eat Michael.
No, it's going back to that again.
All right. Next question I had here is from Nolan Void. He asks, "You've heard of the Bro Code? What's the Michael Code?"
The Michael code?
What's at your work?
The Bro code.
I mean, it is true. You do work with a bunch of Michaels, so
I do.
Yeah. So if there's going to be a Michael code, it would be at your work. There's 3 of them.
Yes.
So is there like a code amongst your people?
Amongst the Michaels.
there is a Kyle code. It exists.
Death to Ike?
Death Die.
Death die.
Mike's before Ike's.
Mike's before us.
Yes, the candies. You can only eat the Mikes. You're not allowed to eat the Ikes until you finish all
How
the
do you tell
Mikes.
them apart?
You know when you're a Mike. I can't explain it.
okay.
It's too difficult. You also know if you're an Ike, but we don't trust those
Ikes
candies.
have been president.
Yeah, we don't.
Yes,
we don't.
yes.
We don't like him. He's not a Mike.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
Yeah.
So what's your code? Do you have like a pledge?
Mike's before Ike's.
Mike. Okay.
It
That's
was
it?
literally just like before.
Have you
It's
ever
very
met?
discriminatory
Have you ever
in
met?
your charter.
When
Somebody-
you eat candies.
So like, John's making some noise. Well, what's an Ike?
It's the tiny candies, the Mike and Ike candies.
So you're saying that you are like talking down to a candy?
Yes.
Wow, you guys.
Garbage Ike candies.
It revolves entirely around your
I'm-
entire Mike religion revolves around the candies.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Don't look at me like that. You wouldn't understand.
Well, what is so? Is there if there's Mike and Michaels? Is there Ike and Eichels?
They're very possible.
Yes.
I'd like to meet an Eichel.
And whenever there's a corporate takeover, the Mike and Ikes turn into the Mike and Mikes.
Yes.
Yeah.
All Mikes in the box.
See, they should make it in alphabetical order though. It should be Ike and Mike.
Yeah.
See, this is the kind of thing that the future candy takeover will punish.
The Candy Wars.
Yeah, the
The Great Candy Wars.
The Mars Bars Revolution.
That actually sounds like the Mars Bars Wars. It's like with that one movie, Mars Attacks, and it's just Mars Bars Attacks.
This is Mars Bars, the little wrappers.
These little the little chocolates.
Well,
And
they're,
he's just like,
they're crinkling, and they have little voice boxes on them.
we should have watched that movie the other day.
We should have,
We had a
yeah, it was
movie
wicked.
night. That's why we had some Monty Python references. I think my favorite scene in that entire Mars Attacks movie, though, is them rolling that giant laser up to the woman that's just sitting in front of the TV. Like, it's like you could have done anything else to take her out, but you
Yeah.
just rolled this giant thing out.
Gigantic thing. Yep.
Oh, that movie.
That movie is fantastic. I remember the toy commercials after like DuckTales. Or Quack
Mars
Pack. It was Quack Pack. Yeah, Mars Attacks.
I remember,
They used to have a bunch of toys back in the 90s.
hearing that movie bombed pretty horribly when it came out.
Mars Attacks?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was garbage.
Oh,
It's a garbage movie.
it is a garbage movie, but it is. I think back then it was probably at that weird borderline with 3D, where it looked like it was supposed to be a scary movie, but it wasn't. And I think it was confusing for people. And the graphics were cheap, but at the same time, it wasn't a horror movie. It was a comedy.
Yep.
And it was a great comedy.
Like Bubba Hotep.
Sure,
I don't know. I think Mars Attacks is definitely in a league of its own. It's
Yeah.
kind of one of those movies that you have to really like in order to like.
Michael, do you know Bubba Hotep?
I do not.
It's Elvis versus a mummy.
What?
Retired Elvis versus a mummy.
We'll have to watch
In a
that.
retirement home outside of...
That's all up Mike's alley.
Sounds like
Elvis didn't die. He just retired, and then a mummy attacks him.
Yeah. And he has to fight it off.
What? This sounds like another one of those like airplanes versus volcanoes or cowboys versus dinosaurs,
I mean,
which are both real
definitely is.
movies.
Yeah.
They are. In the airplane, spoilers, goes into volcano.
That movie, oh my God, that movie was so bad.
We
plane
skipped through it.
Well, showing the picture of a perfect circle of volcanoes that spawned around a single plane in the middle of the ocean, and the fact that they couldn't go around any of them.
Because there's too many volcanoes, Argo.
Yeah.
The plane couldn't escape.
Too many
It was-
volcanoes.
It was trapped.
Volcanoes.
It didn't make any sense because we need to go over them. No, it's worse. There was it was just the perfect. I don't know.
The plane was constantly getting pelted with rocks. I won money off of that one. Me and Giz both won money.
Yeah,
We made bets. That was great.
I don't know if that movie was trying to be serious or not, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't. Anyways, that was all I had for the questions, actually. So I think that's all the content we actually have for today. I wanted to try to get it to an hour. We're actually just about an hour, so we're all good on that.
The Wiz.
Yeah, for the
Whiz. What the heck was that? Try again.
no, I don't because it's like Barry Manilow coming in and singing, and then you're like, okay, Michael, now try to do what he did.
I'll do it. It'll work.
No, but we do like to say what we are drinking today. So, John, you had brought some fun drinks.
Tequila Sunrise.
Where was that giant bottle? Like I know this is more for the video
cricket
size.
bat of tequila.
Yes, this thing is
tequila.
the big Chungus tequila.
Oh, God, yes.
It's a 1.75, and that thing, he pulled that out, and I thought he was assaulting me. It was huge. But yeah, what was this one brand? It was Tequila Coraljo Raspado. Oh, yeah, let me just butcher that. But
Ralejo.
Ralejo, okay.
J is pronounced
Reposado.
H.
And yeah, so he made those. Those were all very good.
Yes, it was. Grenadine. I had just some cider. Blueberry, the hazy blueberry sociables.
Yep, sociables. I had some Indeed Brewing, the Dark Lager.
Loretta's.
Which are really good.
Those. Yeah, there's.
Have you been getting into beer lately?
Well, I've kind of picked a couple. Like I like the Red Dark Lager the Indeed Dark Lager, and then there's the Indeed Honey one, and then I kind of been picking up some random ones.
Yeah, but you never used to drink beer.
Well, because most of the ones I ever had were very hoppy, and so that was one of my
like
brands
all the
of it.
IPA. Well, IPAs up here in Minnesota are like really.
Yeah,
they're
so
all over the place.
I've been picking up a lot of
Dank
ones that are staying from
way too many
hops.
IPAs here.
Yeah, so I've been finding the ones that are just not hoppy.
I like styles. You had my extra Guinness, which I was grateful for you taking that from me. Those are really good. Those the extra stout ones.
Yeah, that's pretty good too. And Michael, what did you have?
I just had a whiskey Coke and a Truly.
Whiskey Coke. What was the whiskey?
It was like a Jim Beam.
Yeah.
No,
The drink of
A
champions.
honey Jim
I
Beam.
thought it was a different one of the honey.
The
But
drink of
okay.
champions.
Yeah, that's a good thing too. So, all right. Well, yeah, that is all we got today. So we'll be back in a couple weeks. And Michael, what is your word?
Irate orangutans.